Hey, what's up you guys? It's Simon. Welcome back to my channel. So, I'm sure you guys can probably tell that something looks a little bit different, and it's definitely not the type of content that I normally post, but that's because for today's video, I decided to do a draw this again challenge, and that will make sense in a little bit, but basically, I thought that this would be a good time to do this challenge because I just hit 100 subscribers, and I honestly just want to thank you guys so much because I never thought I would be anywhere near here. I'm one of those people that's really shy, especially when it comes to posting things online, but the more that I post, the more you guys are starting to join, so I guess I'm doing something right. I don't know. When I first started this channel, it was so hard for me to do these voiceovers. It still is. I have to do like so many takes. But I don't know, I really feel like posting my stuff online and sharing it with you guys has been a really good thing for not just my confidence, but just my overall, like, I guess, like, anxiety in general. You guys have really been an amazing help with that, so thank you so much for being there for me. I don't know, you guys have helped me so much, so I just want to thank you guys for getting me here and for whatever happens in the future. So I figured since I did just hit 100 that now would be a good time to introduce a channel avatar. So you guys already saw two versions of it in the thumbnail. There was like that younger version of me, and then there was the me now, but I thought it would be fun to get you guys used to seeing it by doing a little scavenger hunt. So I scattered a couple ones throughout the video that are just like other art YouTubers avatars because I thought it would be fun to see like who I was inspired by. There were a lot more originally than there are, but I didn't save them as a PNG, so they weren't transparent. And that meant that if I wanted to be able to actually make them a little less noticeable, I had to go in and manually erase the white background. So I got tired after a few of them, so there's not as many as there was going to be, but maybe there will be more in future videos. I don't know, but let me guys know. Oh my gosh, let me know if you guys can catch all of them, and tell me who you think each of them are supposed to be down in the comments. So getting into the actual piece, I think this was supposed to be like an old Naruto OC. I've been watching Naruto since I was like 7 years old, and I don't know how this happened because I'm gonna go on a little bit of a tangent. I was am obsessed. Something happened. Anyway, I was obsessed with Naruto like for a good chunk of my life, at least age 7 to age like maybe 13. I had Naruto everything. I had so many shirts. I had the headband, and yes, I wore it to school. What was I thinking? I just did that. I really did that. And not only did I have my little forehead protector, I had notebooks that were Naruto, I had pencils that were Naruto, might have had a Naruto eraser, I had a pencil case, I'm pretty sure. I had a cubby that, although it wasn't Naruto, shamefully, it was just one of those like shoe rack sort of things, but that came with like little pink and green plastic tubs. That whole shelf was full of like my Naruto stuff. There was something going on there, okay? I had a little bit of an addiction. But anyways, despite this addiction, I never made fan art. I don't know. It's not like I wasn't drawing, because as you can see, I was drawing. I just never made fan art. But although I never made fan art, I did manage to make a ton of like little ninja OCs, and I'm pretty sure this dude was one of them. So basically the reason that this is a draw this again was because I'm sure you guys probably saw by the second image, but about 4 years ago on Facebook, I got one of those memory things of the first drawing, so the initial drawing that I made back when I was like 12. So I saw that and I was like, ugh, that's an image. And I immediately wanted to redraw it, but like something just wasn't clicking, I guess, even though you could clearly see that even though it only been like 4 years since the initial drawing, I was still like a great deal better than I was back when I made the first one. But despite that, I was still having like a really hard time finishing and redrawing it, and I think it had something to do with the piece being digital. I just wasn't seeing a good enough like comparison, I guess. I don't know, I just wasn't seeing the same. Like, I was expecting it to sort of jump out at me and be like, whoa, this is way better, but it wasn't. So I gave up on it. But I wasn't ready to call it quits, so here I am 4 years later drawing it again. I decided to go back to traditional for this one just because, like I said, I feel like the other piece being digital really made it like harder for me to see the comparison, and seeing the transition from the beginning traditional one to the one right now has been way more satisfying, and I think it shows my growth a lot more, and I'm really happy about it. So let me know, what do you guys think? Do you like the original better? Do you like the digital piece better? What do you guys think? So on to the main topic of the video, I wanted to talk a little bit about growth, because I figured the best way to celebrate my growth as a channel would be to talk about my growth as an artist and the struggle when it comes to artistic growth in general. So earlier I mentioned that I was really shy about posting my art online, and even though I've gained like all these followers, I still find myself being like really shy about what I post, especially with the pressure of trying to post daily. I'm constantly telling myself that what I want to post isn't good enough, that all my art looks the same, I'm not making anything interesting, I don't do enough perspective, I don't draw enough animals, I don't draw enough hands or full bodies, or my paintings look weird, da 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 da. Even though I have all these likes and comments telling me otherwise, I still tell myself that it's not good enough. And I'm sure there are those of us who, even if they don't post their art online, still have an issue of just sitting there and degrading themselves. And it's really hard for us to be confident in our own art, but when you're struggling with this process, like I'm sure you heard from the other bajillion Draw This Again videos, looking back at your old art is a great way to see your progress, especially when you feel like you're stuck and not improving at all. Sometimes though, just looking back at your old art isn't enough. Maybe sometimes looking back can make you feel even worse. I know when I was showing you guys some pieces from my AP art portfolio a few weeks ago, I was feeling really discouraged because like some of those paintings were 2 years old, but I felt like they looked way better than my paintings look now, especially because they were very popular posts. So like, what are you supposed to do when looking back on your old art makes you feel worse? It took some thinking, but I think all you have to do when maybe a year or two back isn't working for you, find something older. Something that you know is going to show improvement, even if it means you're redrawing something you made when you were in middle school, like I am. Sometimes you just need something to remind yourself exactly how far you've come. Like, for me, this piece, it's really easy to show like a huge amount of growth. Like, you can see the beginning portrait is like one of those little anime boys. He's got the pointy chin, the little spiky hair, the red eyes that are super big and super edgy. It's really easy to get better than that. Like, guys, his head doesn't even connect, okay? I was looking at it. The edge on the left side should connect to the head, but if you look at the hair, you'll see where it ends. There's like this gap where the rest of his head is, and it's just like the line doesn't finish. I don't know how I didn't notice that. I think I honestly probably drew the hair first and then drew the head. That must have been what I done. I have no idea how I managed that. I don't know. But so as you can see, finding an older piece with all these mistakes, even though it's like, duh, your next piece is going to be way better than that, it's still a good thing to see, especially when you tell yourself that, like, wait a minute, this is only 8 years of improvement. Imagine where I'll be in the next 8 years. 8 years seems like a lot of time, but it actually really isn't. That's not even enough to cover all of middle and high school. That's 1/10 of your life, okay? 8 years and another 8 years, you will keep improving. So do challenges like this so that you can see exactly how much you're growing. And finally, I guess the last thing I wanted to say is just keep trying. Like, be like Naruto. Never go back on your word. If you want to see improvement, you really do have to just keep trying. Do studies. Try these challenges. Force yourself to draw things that you don't like. But I do want to say, it's good to stay in your comfort zone sometimes. Like, if you're feeling pressured to post interesting content, but you just want to make, like, pretty girls, like I said in my style video, if you just want to draw pretty girls looking to the left, do it. Don't hurt yourself. If that's what makes you happy and that's what you're happy with drawing, draw that. But if you do want to improve and you do want to try things more, make sure you do it in a way that isn't going to give you burnout or some kind of just like huge burst of negative feelings. Just keep trying, but don't hurt yourself, okay? I promise. Just don't give up. Even when you think you're not growing, you are. On a side note, I just want to say that I'm still a relatively small channel, so my inboxes are always pretty empty, whether that's here on any of my amino pages, on Instagram, any other social media, probably not Twitter. I have a Twitter. I have never tweeted ever in my life. I'm so sorry. I don't know how to use Twitter. But on inboxes where you can see that I'm active on that social media, message me. If you guys are struggling at any point during your art journey, even if you just want to ask me something small like what eraser I'm using, or something big like you're struggling with art block and you don't know what to do, talk to me. I'm always here to help you guys. You guys have helped me so much. I want to do the same for you. And that said, I want to thank you guys again so much for 100 subscribers. You guys are really so incredible, and I'm so happy to have each one of you. So I guess y'all know what to do. Like, comment, share, tap the bell, subscribe, and help me keep growing this little family we've got going on. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.